Once again, good morning, everyone, all those who have joined later. Good morning. Are you all awake or still sleepy? Good morning. Okay. My mic is also on. I thought I was not audible. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay. So, the thought you might have already read, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So, Albert Einstein, we all know who he was. So, Albert Einstein, during his visit to Boston in 1921, while commenting on college education, he stated this: education is not the learning of facts, but the training of minds to think. And he argued that, Einstein was against rote learning. He even left his school where he used to study because he did not like the concept of rote learning, means mugging up. If you don't understand, you just have to leave that aside. His strategy was just simple: understand and then learn. Rote learners were not appreciated by him, so he argued that in order to learn facts, a person does not really need school or college education. The value of a school or college education is to train the mind to think something that cannot be learned from textbooks. It is to create the capacity of understanding and ability to use the knowledge intelligently. See, you all already have brains, but school education, the education that you get from school, colleges, what is the need of that education? That education should teach you how to think, how to be more imaginative, how to develop your imagination. Just learning the facts from the textbooks or learning the mathematics won't help you in all the walks of life. The real purpose of the school or college education is to train your mind to think, to develop new ideas, to develop understanding, and how to use your knowledge intelligently and at the right place at the right time. That is what the goal of the education is. So these are fundamental aspects of the education that we continue to aspire for even today. And education is the catalyst. It will fasten. It is the catalyst that can help reduce poverty, improve health, prevent needless deaths and illness, can eliminate gender inequality, and it can create a substantial planet to where we can live in harmony. So for societies, education drives long-term economic growth. Education is also very necessary for economic growth, and it it will strengthen our knowledge, right? It will eradicate all the social evils that we have. Just as I told you, poverty, one of the biggest problems that our country is facing. So that's why education is important, and not just for learning facts, but you have to train your mind to think. See, for example, in many cases, in expanding cases, education is a fact of matter of life and death. A mother who can read is able to better protect her children from chronic illness and from dying young. As per UN estimates, in the developing world, a child born to a mother who can read is 50% more likely to survive past age 5. Means the mother, if she can at least read, then there are 50% chances that the child would survive more as compared to the child whose mother cannot at all read or cannot at all make out which medicine to give, how to protect. So just at least reading the basic things would help. Okay. Some of you might be sitting with grammar textbook, I know, for that second exercise, but if you have English textbook handy with you, then you can fetch out. So I'll speak from this ID. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
The cricket match. So how many of you are interested in watching the cricket matches? How many are interested in watching it? No one? None of you?
No.
Okay. But this one is an interesting cricket match. You will enjoy it. It's a very interesting story. See, the lesson we are going to read is an account of author's childhood when a match of cricket was the only source of leisure for youngsters of a certain age. It was the only way to pass the time enjoying with friends. And tell me about you all, because in girls there are different outdoor games that they play. So, which outdoor games do you prefer in your free time? Whenever, once in a week or once in a fortnight. But which outdoor game do you prefer? Anyone? Which outdoor game would you prefer if you are free? Not cricket, but which other games?
Coco.
Kho. Okay, good. Then anyone else?
Hide and seek.
Sorry?
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek. Okay. Even that biscuits, one of my favorites. Like
Yes.
it, hide and seek. And okay, only these two. Coco, hide and seek. Just these two, or you don't get time. You will say, but take some time out. Try it. You'll get it. There cannot be so much of gathering during this time. I can understand. But sometimes your neighbors and these days it has reduced. Means students are so busy. The children are so busy with this device that is right now in your hand or on the table or somewhere. But that is the only way right now that is helping us out. So we have to use it. But 24 hours we have, and out of that, if we spare most of our time in front of this device, then it is not acceptable. Outdoor games are necessary. Then can anyone willingly share some funny experience that you had while playing. It can be even in the school while you play outdoor games in PT period, or anywhere near your house. Any kind of funny experience that you had, in short, if you would like to share, that you still remember and you laugh sometimes while playing that outdoor game. Anyone?
I don't play only, so I don't have an experience.
Okay, but then if you might have watched others playing and something funny might have happened. Anyone? I'm sure many of you might be playing in school also. You might have played. So anything funny that happened? Okay, then I'll share with you, but exactly I don't remember because it is when I was probably in ninth or tenth. It is very light memory that I have, but I remember that while we had PT period, and that time I was out with my class and we were playing the game that was mm, what was it? It was rugby. Have you heard about rugby? Rugby.
Yes,
Do you know what how to play that?
no. No.
No. Okay. But then what to say? There is a see. There are two teams, and the ball which is there in the center, we have to take that ball and we have to run and we have to reach the goal post, and the other team members will try to stop us to reach the goal post. Just like football, we reach the goal post, but we hit the ball with the foot. But here, rugby, we have to take the ball in our hand and we have to reach the goal post. We have to put that ball inside the goal post with our hand. We have to keep it down on the ground. That is rugby. You might have seen on television. So we were playing that, and it was going smoothly. Then what happened that I got the ball, but I started running and running, and I left the school ground. I left the school gate, and you know what? I was about to cross that circle also, and the teachers were out. They were searching because the lecture was already over. I did not come back. I don't know what happened at that time, but they were teasing each other. So just for teasing them, I took the ball and I ran away, breaking the rules of the school. Because obviously you are not supposed to cross the school ground also, but I crossed the gate and I crossed that circle also, and still they were for half an hour they were searching, and there was a lot of chaos. But then finally I came back. I was scolded, but then I had no particular reason to give. I just ran for the sake of running. So that is one thing I remember. Any such thing that you remember? Means any kind of thing, not similar to that. Funny experience, anyone? Okay, think about it and tell me in case you recall. So here is the crossword on cricket. Now, basic knowledge you might have about cricket. Don't tell me that we don't know the words, basic words, right? So you have to solve this crossword. So tell me the answers, whichever you know, across or down, whichever you can. Related to cricket, it is. All the six are related to cricket.
Stump.
Anyone? Okay. Which one? Across or down?
Across.
Okay. Then 1 second. It is then think.
Run.
Number.
6.
Right. Then anyone? What is there behind the batsman? Where he has to protect the ball should not reach there, otherwise he would be out. Think. Come on. And this is the line. This is it starts with C. It is the line where the batsman has to stay inside the line, and if he crosses the line, he can be run out. So which line is that? And this one is M. It starts with M. If there is not a single run in 1 over, then that over is called which type of over?
I don't know.
Okay. Maiden over. When there is not a single run given in the over. Now, how many balls are there in 1 over that you know or not?
6.
Okay. Now, can you guess this one? Anyone? Okay, this one I'll write. It is the fielding position, which is next to the wicket keeper, the person who is standing there for catching the ball. That position is called slip. And this line where batsman is standing and hitting the ball, there is a line where he is standing. There should be a line, and he cannot cross that line. Otherwise, wicket keeper can take his wicket. It is crease. Then the last one. This is a kind of delivery when the bowler is throwing the ball to the batsman. It it bounces to the batsman, to his shoulders or to his head. That kind of delivery, that kind of ball which is thrown is called which type of
Bouncer.
delivery?
Bounce.
Yes. Okay. So done. Stump, slip, crease, run, maiden, bouncer. Now I hope you know meanings of all these words. See, all these were the things. What are they doing? What
Toss.
is toss? But what is it for? Why is the coin being tossed? For what reason? And when is it generally done? During the beginning? During the.
Beginning.
Okay. That much knowledge everyone should have, that the toss is done every time in the beginning so as to decide that who will bat, which team will bat first, and which team will bowl. Whoever wins the toss has the right to decide that whether they want to bat or ball. So this chapter, this story, in this story, the narrator provides a frank account of his formative years, means his childhood during till 0 to 8 years are called your formative years, when he played cricket with his friends. Sunday was set aside for the game, and as the weekend drew closer, see, every Sunday they used to play cricket. So as soon as the weekend drew closer, the sense of expectation would reach its peak, with the author's mind being filled with innumerable questions. There were so many questions when Sunday came closer. And which kind of questions? Related to game, of course, related to cricket. So the foremost of them was the author's mind being the prospect of battling their competitors if they won the match, and whether subconsciously that was affecting their game. Means the first thought that came to narrator's mind was how to fight against their competitors, and if they are afraid, then they will not be able to win the match. So on Sunday, however, the players took on their opponents who had chosen to bat. Despite the obvious advantage of getting to bed, the team crumbled soon after. Means now here the narrator is saying that the following Sunday they had a toss. The opponents won the toss, and they selected to bat first. And it was, it was a sunny day, and there was unrelenting heat of the sun. Means it was good time for batting, because normally when there is a good sunlight, the batting team has an advantage, and when it gets darker, the lights are there, but no, it doesn't give that much strength to the batsman. But during the day, the team has advantage, the batting team. But you know what? The opponents crumbled, like they did not make crumbled means the wickets started falling down, and they were not able to make that much score as expected. So narrator's team choose to bet with the onus on the narrator to score winning run. Means narrator here in the story has to score the winning run. He managed to swing his bat, means to move the bat in the air, though never hitting the ball. Means उसने bat swing तो किया, but he was not able to hit the ball, and this went unnoticed in the heat of moment. Sometimes, the heat of the moment means sometimes there is lot of excitement, lot of chaos, lot of noise, that for a second, the thing which is very important, we don't notice that thing. We fail to notice that thing. That is the heat of the moment. What happens, you just don't realize, but it happens. So no one realized that the bat did not hit the ball, and soon their side was celebrating the win. Means, see, without hitting the ball, they took one run. Means they exchanged the wickets. Means they took the last winning run, and they started celebrating. The narrator's team started celebrating, and their short-lived celebration was soon replaced by an urgent need to escape. Means they were enjoying, they were dancing on the beach, but urgently they had to run away. Narrator's team had to run away from the ground. Why? Because of the rival team members. But what did they do? What did the rival team members do? Why did the narrator's team had to run even after winning? And that we will read in the chapter. That Sunday proved to be an unusually lucky day for the narrator's team. Though they had to run away, but it was a lucky day for them as they managed to escape the dubious winning run. Means dubious means doubtful. The last run that they took. It was hello.
Sir. Yes, sir, your voice was not coming.
Yeah. Oh, means whatever I said till now, was it not audible?
No. First, it was audible.
Okay, means you heard everything, right? Means
We heard till why they had to run after winning also.
okay. So they were celebrating on the ground. The narrator's team was celebrating, and urgently they had to escape, as I said, because of their rival team members. And that Sunday, that particular Sunday on which they were playing this cricket match, it was unusually lucky day for them. Why was it lucky? If it was lucky, why had they had to run away? There are two things. If it was lucky, then why did they run away? So it was lucky because they did not get hurt, and for what reason they had to run away, that we will know when we read the lesson. The last run was very dubious, means very doubtful, because the bat had not hit the ball. Still, they took the run and they started running, and they did not stop at all till they reached their homes. Now, is it clear? Now, is the voice clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, it's not compulsory, but those who want, they can write this. Why are we reading this chapter? Can anyone explain this line? Can you explain me this line? So, the objective of this chapter is to understand the significance of integrity in all walks of life. Walks of life means all the class, status, caste, everywhere. Integrity is very significant. Integrity means honesty. Your truthfulness is very important. Significant means it is very important that you be honest in all the walks of life. That is the objective of reading this chapter. So first I am reading the three lines which are given. the introductory lines which are given. If you win a cricket match, would you run towards your teammates to celebrate the victory or run away from the field to protect yourself? So answer the question. What would you do? Would you run away from the field to protect yourself or would you celebrate the victory? Which one? Of course, you will celebrate the victory, right? Needless to ask. So read this story in which the unfortunate boys, see, narrator has referred to his team as unfortunate boys. They have to run away from the field to save themselves after the victory. Means even after winning the game, narrator and his teammates they had to run away to protect themselves. Now, what was that? Why had they run away? What was the need of protecting themselves? After all, they were the winning team. So that we will read the lesson and we will understand. Yes, I want someone to read. Raise your hand if you want to read. No one has raised hand. Okay. Mm. Amreen, please start reading.
Reading: If you win a cricket match, would you run towards your teammates to celebrate the victory or run away from the field to protect yourself? Read the story in which the unfortunate boys have to run away from the field to save themselves after the victory. When we were young, and by young, I mean anywhere between 8 or 12 years, we looked forward to Sundays because we played a cricket match after lunch. On a particular Sunday, the mind was filled with questions. Would I be picked for the team? If so, where would I be asked to field? At what number I would be assigned to bat? More importantly, would I would I get out on a duck or would I score a few important runs? I have got out on ducks before, and I can tell you that it is a shameful experience.
Okay. The language is also very easy. The narrator says that this story is the story when the narrator was between 8 to 12 years old. He doesn't remember the exact age, but between 8 to 12 years, and they always waited for Sundays. Being children, they always waited for Sundays so that they could play cricket match after the lunch, Sunday afternoon and evening. So on that particular Sunday, whenever the match was about to be played, there were so many questions in the narrator's mind. Which kind of questions? Would I be picked for the team? Means, there are extra players also in the cricket team. Not all the players get chance to play every time. Some extra players are also kept. Those who are good, they are selected. Others are kept as extra. If someone would get injured, they would get a chance. So narrator was thinking, would I be picked? Means would I be selected in the first 11 players? And if yes, if he would be selected, then he says that would I be asked to field? If yes, if he was given a chance of fielding, and if he was given a chance for batting also as well, then at which number would he be assigned to bat? Assigned means what? Instructed means would he be given the chance to open, means in the opening, or after the two wickets, or after the three wickets, two down, three down, it is called. When two down means when two wickets are down, the third one comes. Total there are 10. That is common thing. So he was thinking, at which place would I be assigned to bat? And more importantly, would I get out on a duck? Duck means what? Get out on a duck. Can you tell me what is duck? Zero. without scoring a single run. Sometimes the batsman he gets out. That is a duck. So he was nervous that if he would get out on a duck, then what would happen? And if not, then will he be able to score important runs for his team? And he says that getting out on a duck is shameful experience. And of course, it is a shameful experience. You just come if you play 1 over, 2 or 3 balls, and you just score zero and you get out. Then you are not, you don't help your team. You are unable to help your team. So it's very shameful experience if he gets out on a duck. All these questions were there on his mind. Continue. Okay, Rabia, please read.
Yes, but there was another question on my mind. What if we won? If we won, our competitors would terrorize us. Recently, we had been on a losing streak, and the question that haunted me was, were we losing because we were afraid to win for whatever it was worth? We were going back to face our fate after lunch, and for now, I hoped I would be picked for the team.
Okay. So one more question was there that was bothering him. What if we won? Suppose they win. It's good. If we won, our competitors would terrorize us. See which kind of fear he has. That if they won, the competitors means the opponents would terrorize, would threaten them. Now that is not a sportsman spirit, but yes, that was being done at that time. So they were afraid. And recently he says that they had been on a losing streak. Losing streak means what? Continuously you keep on losing the matches. Two, three, four. That is called a series. A series of losses. Constantly thrice or 4 times you lost the match. That is called losing streak. So they were on a losing streak means maybe from past 2 or 3 Sundays they were not able to win a single match. And the question that haunted me means the question that was bothering him a lot. Were we losing because we were afraid to win? Yes, that is the first thing. Whenever you play the game, if you are nervous, if you are afraid, if you are not confident, then that can be one of the biggest reasons for your failure. So he was thinking that were we afraid and that's why we were losing? We were not confident. For whatever it was worth, we were going back to face our fate after lunch. Face our fate means to face whatever is in your destiny, to face whatever God has written in your destiny. So he says that whatever it was worth means whatever was going to happen with us, we will face that. And after the lunch, they were going to play cricket with the opponents, even this Sunday. And for now, I hope I would be picked for the team. So he says, as of now, he was very hopeful. He was expecting that at least he would be selected in that 11 players to play the game. Clear till here? Understood?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
There will be some words that we will read in the lesson, which is already given over here. Like there are some new words, mouthiest, one who talks most rudely and loudly. You will always remember this word when you create an imagination. You know, when you imagine something, a person, or anything, and then you relate that word to it, then you remember that word. Then slowpoke, a person who moves very slowly, acts very slowly, kind of lazily, hands down very easily. I can complete this task hands down very easily, like a piece of cake. So you will come across these new words. We will also learn the names of the teammates that will help you in the question answers. Right? So we will continue in the next lecture. You can read the chapter. I will send the PDF. And yes, you might be waiting for the answers, but I thought let us complete the second exercise and then I send the answers together. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, what is homework?
No, you just read the chapter. That's it. Bye, everyone. Have a miraculous and wonderful day.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.